Hello, folks, and welcome to another episode of the Cubs Line Podcast. I'm Ryan Dunleavy,
And I'm Ron Zielinski.
and welcome to our second off-season episode. So, first off, I want to say apologize. We want to apologize for the lack of episodes. Just off-season, a lot going on, but we did two interviews. If you guys want to go check those out, with Cubs right-handed pitcher Kamen Franklin and outfielder Cade Snell, two young prospects, a part of the 2025 draft class. And with the trade today, Edward Cabrera, Cubs shipped away a right fielder, so that just moves our guy Cade Snell up in the ranks, and I believe he's sitting at the Cubs' 15th ranked prospect right now. So it's a really good interview. Make sure to go check out both of them. And my next thing, Happy New Year's and Merry Christmas to you guys. Super excited to see what 2026 has to bring to the Cubs Line podcast and all you guys.
Yeah, again, like sorry for, the lack of episodes, just things going on. But yeah, I mean we're about a month and a half away from the first spring training game, so
Yeah, I'm pumped.
starting to get a little bit back here. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun year. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, and bear down, baby. Beat the Packers.
Oh yeah. I mean, just the offseason being kind of slow. Expect an episode within every 2 weeks, I would say is fair.
Yeah, because right now, like the off season's kind of like there's still some free agents to sign, but like around now getting to spring training is kind of when the off season usually like goes quiet. So yeah, we'll try to do every 2 weeks.
Yeah, that sounds about good. So to get started off, Ryan, I mean, like, what have been your thoughts on this offseason? Because it's been kind of up and down, very quiet and slow offseason.
Yeah, I mean, up until today they really hadn't done much. So I'm glad that they made the move that they did today. But yeah, I think that this might be the start of something. Maybe they bring Tucker back or they sign a Bichette, a Bregman, hopefully one of the two. This could be the start of something because they haven't done, a ton, like I said. So, I've been okay with the offseason so far, but like going back like to the trade too today, I'm glad that they made this move. I like Edward Cabrera. I think he brings, a solid arm to the rotation. And I think a lot of people are upset that Owen Casey got traded, but I think it's okay. You have a lot of outfield prospects, and your big league outfield is loaded, so you got to start dishing them to get help elsewhere. So I'm honestly okay with it. I think Kevin can play the role as good as Casey can.
Yeah, I mean, I like what they've done with the bullpen, bringing in guys like Maton, Milner, bringing back Fieldbar, Jacob Webb, Hunter Harvey. I mean, go on and on. I like what they're doing with the bullpen, bringing in veteran arms. Seems like a pretty common pattern with the bullpen. I mean, not many flashy guys, not guys that throw hard, just guys that simply get outs. I mean, and about that trade today, I mean, I love bringing in Cabrera, but got to bring in guys to put in runs. You saw it in the playoffs last year. You had Michael Bush, Nico Horner, Seiya Suzuki. I mean, three guys hitting during the playoffs. Like, you saw the lack of offense at times, and you need to bring in a guy that has a clutch gene and can never stop hitting. I'm not opposed to bringing back Kyle Tucker. I think bringing back Cody Bellinger is more likely because I've heard more about Bellinger than I have about Tucker, and if you could bring in Bo Bichette or Alex Bregman or even one out of the four, I think that's a game changer. And I don't really think I could give the offseason a grade until I kind of see the finished product and the 40 man heading into spring training.
Yeah, I agree.
So, kind of a little preview of what we're going to do in today's episode. We're going to go through a little bit of a timeline of the offseason, talk about our thoughts on all the Cubs pickups. We're going to talk a little bit about their next couple of moves that they can make, and then we're going to talk about some other big signings within the MLB, and then finish off with a little bit of MLB pickle and immaculate grid. So, let's get this started. These first couple of moves we did talk about in our first off-season episode. I believe this was middle of November. So, first move, this was right at the beginning of the offseason. The Cubs traded Andrew Kittredge back to the Baltimore Orioles for cash considerations. In the moment, I was pretty mad because Kittredge was a great arm for the Cubs in the playoffs, made some big outs. I mean, got the final out of the San Diego series, had some big outs within the Milwaukee series. Um, But personally, I wasn't as mad after I kind of let it settle in because I assumed this was something that the GMs talked about. All right, we'll let you get Kittredge for the playoffs, return him to him in the offseason. So, and what they've done with the bullpen, not terribly mad about it. Let it kind of sit in. I'm okay with it. Ryan, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, originally I was pretty upset, as most people were, because when Kittredge first came to the Cubs, me and you were kind of like, all right, like he might be able to throw, some innings, but not really high pressure situations. He came in, he did his job. I mean, he closed game three against San Diego to win them that series. So I have it in my mind that this was completely planned because after what he did and the impact he made in the back half of the year last year, there's no way you traded him back to Baltimore for just cash.
Yeah, for filming this, you basketball fans, Hawks are trading four-time NBA All-Star Trae Young to the Wizards for CJ McCollum and Corey
No.
Kispert.
I
Yep.
literally saw a meme about that earlier today that they were like talking about Trey Young to the Wizards. Oh my God.
Yeah, just had to throw that one in there.
Oh,
So,
I feel bad for Trey.
yeah, on November 6th, soon after that, the Cubs picked up Colin Ray's 1-year option. Kind of seeing the position where he is in the depth chart within the starters. It's most likely he's going to be their long relief man, which he was kind of planned to do last year until Justin Steele had to get Tommy John was out for the season. He stepped into that starting pitching role, but he's going to be their long relief guy. I mean, just eating innings, blowouts typically. I mean, that's one of the biggest roles and biggest necessities you need in a bullpen, a long reliever. So I think Colin Ray is going to fulfill that role this year for the Cubs, and I was happy with that move. Then they declined Justin Turner's option. I understand it. I mean, JT, he was a mentor last year, but I think there's so many guys coming up. He was just kind of there, and you want to get some better baseball talent. But JT was a great clubhouse guy, and I loved what he brought to this team last year. But I think it's just time to let go and see what some other guys could do.
Yeah, I agree. Real quick, Rockies just signed Michael Lorenzen. I think it was a 1 year, $8 million deal or something. Just wanted to toss that in there. But yeah, Colin Ray, he again, like you said, he wasn't really leaned on as a starter until Justin Steele came out. I mean, early in the season, he was kind of rocky, but then the finish he had, I mean, I can't remember the exact numbers, but I think going into September, or sorry, going into September, was like 10-4 or something with like a 3-1. I think it was like around that. I mean, he stepped up. Like he was not looked at all as a guy who you can like, really rely on. He was able to do that. He came in game five against Milwaukee, pitched bulk innings. And I mean, I think he's really earned a spot on this roster. Like again, like I said, he really played his role. And I think, I mean, do you think he stays in the rotation, or they put him back in the bullpen for kind of what he did in game five?
Colin Ray definitely goes to the bullpen. No doubt in my mind, just the amount of talent that you have.
Yeah, I
Um,
agree.
and that just starting, like I think there's no way. He's probably number 7 in the ranks right now, so unless something happened, I think he's gonna stay in the bullpen.
Yeah, I agree.
So next, November 18th, the first move was um James Triantos, Pedro Ramirez were added to the 40-man roster. I believe there was one more guy. I'm searching that up right now. In fact, checking that. But yes, it was Riley Martin, left-handed pitcher. So Riley Martin, believe he had a 1.96 ERA last year in AAA. Left-handed arm, very good velocity. For those of you guys that don't know him, he's not really a top prospect, but he's definitely going to be getting some looks in the major league this year. He's been kind of on the fence the past couple of years, and I think that this is the year that we see his debut, and well deserved. James Triantos, if you're a Cubs fan, baseball fan, prospects, I'm sure you know the name James Triantos. He was a Cubs third round pick out of high school, and he's a really solid middle infielder. Think he cracks the Cubs roster this year. Obviously not going to start with Dansby and Nico unless there is an injury or something, but Triantos, this has been coming, him getting on that 40-man roster. And then Pedro Ramirez, he's an outfielder from Double A, don't know too much about him, but he was a key player in Double A this season. So, what were your thoughts on all three of those guys going to the 40-man roster?
Well, for James and Riley, I mean, I think it was our second ever episode. It was an off day, and we talked about, a bunch of Cubs prospects when we projected them to, see the big leagues. I mean, we talked about Riley, and James a lot, and I think we could definitely see both of them in the big leagues this year. I think Riley, it's more likely, but yeah, it's been a long time coming for these two, and I mean, I'm glad to see him on the 40. And then with Pedro, again, like you said, don't know much about him, but he did play a big role in Double A, so. I mean, why not?
Yeah, and then that wasn't even the main move on November 18th. Shota Imanaga picked up his option, I believe 22 million to come back. I was shocked. I thought there was no way Shota Imanaga was coming back to the Cubs when I saw this. I wasn't shocked, but I love this. I mean, I know some fans weren't happy about it because the playoffs that he had last year, but when Shota is on, man, he is on. Like, he's getting outs, but if he can learn to limit that home run ball, he's going to be something else this year, and I think Shota's going to have a bounce back year.
Yeah, I mean, when the Cubs declined, like all these reports came, I was shocked when they declined. And when all these reports came out, Shota unlikely to pick up the option. I was like, I mean, I wasn't surprised, but it was like, damn, like they're really gonna let him go. And then 2 days later for him to pick up the option and come back, I was completely surprised. I love the move, but yeah, I was surprised.
Yeah, so was I. I was surprised, but personally, I really like that move. Next, we'll get into their first free agent signing. This came on November 25th, so pretty early in the offseason. Cubs signed right-handed reliever Phil Maton to a 2-year deal. He was on the Cardinals and the Rangers last year. Very solid pickup. He's going to be a seventh or eighth inning guy for this Cubs team this year. He was 4-5 last year with a 2.79 ERA in 63 games. He had 5 saves and a 1.3 WAR. I don't think enough people are talking about this signing. I really like it.
I agree. I mean, it's really been slept on. Not too many people have kind of made a big deal out of this, and I think it is one. I mean, he's going to bring you some back half inning baseball, like Keller. Sorry, I think he's going to play that Brad Keller role. I mean, maybe even a bigger one. But yeah, not too many people are talking about this, and obviously it's not a blockbuster deal, but I really really like this deal.
I mean, listen to these numbers, man. He had a 32.5 strikeout rating, 33.6 versus lefties, 31.9 versus righties. His curveball, the batting average on that was 163 with a 227 slug and a 41.6 whiff rate. Like, these are just some elite numbers, and personally, I love this move, and I think he's going to be the Cubs' eighth inning man. Um, doesn't throw very hard, about a 90-mile-an-hour fastball, but it's got one of the best curveballs in the game. And now you got two of them on your team with Phil Maton and Caleb Thielbar. So our next move for the Cubs came about a month after on December 16th. The Cubs signed left-handed reliever Hobie Milner to a 1-year deal. I don't know about you. Another move that I really like, Hobie Milner has been with Council before in Milwaukee. Very weird arm slot, very hard to hit. Throws kind of a submarine sidearmish from the left-handed side. Last year, he was 3-4 with a 3.84 ERA. I mean, that's not bad numbers at all. He's kind of been a journeyman within his career. He was on the Rangers last year. He's played for the Brewers, Rays, Phillies. Seen a lot of this, but I really like this, and Hobie Milner's nasty. What do you think about this?
I agree. He's got a yeah, that funky delivery coming from the left side that's hard to hit from a lot of guys. I mean, it's kind of similar to the Josh Hader release. It's just not as fast. But yeah, a lefty coming from, the sidearm is hard to hit. This isn't, a blockbuster deal, but it's one that I really like. I think this is a really good signing for the team.
Yeah, in 2025 season, Hobie Milner threw the pitch with the furthest horizontal release point. Just nasty from the left side, and now you got him and Thielbar, two funky guys to hit with hard delivery points. Really like that. And only got him for $3.75 million. Like, love this deal. And then day after that, the Cubs go out and sign another southpaw and bring back a familiar face and left-hander Caleb Thielbar. In our first episode, this was a guy that we said we both really wanted the Cubs to bring back. One of the best curveballs in the game. Got some huge outs for the Cubs last year. 3-4 record, 2.64 ERA, 56 strikeouts with a .88 whip. Thielbar's nasty, man, and I love this signing. He's a guy that I really wanted the Cubs to bring back. Got some huge outs in the playoffs and a very hard guy to hit from the left side.
Yeah, I like you said, we both wanted him back. That nasty off speed stuff. I mean, he pitched some big innings, including I think what was it, the eighth inning in Game 3 against Milwaukee to shut the door when it looked like Milwaukee was about to take the lead. This guy's nasty, and I'm really glad that they brought him back.
Yeah, obviously I was pretty mad they didn't bring back Teller, but at least they kind of brought back Thielbar from that. I mean, only throws 89 to 90, but I mean, just the release point is very high. Um, Curveball is nasty, and I like about it. I like that move. And then back to back to back days with moves. On December 18th, the Cubs signed Tyler Austin to a 1-year deal. So Austin was a top prospect um, for the Yankees, and then struggled. Played in Japan for a couple of years, was very solid, some power, and this is gonna be the guy that's gonna take over Justin Turner spot, veteran, right-handed bat. He spent 6 seasons in Japan with the Bay Stars. That is also who Shota Imanaga played. He hit 293 with a 945 OPS and 85 home runs. So I think only time can tell with this move. I need to see his spring training and stuff, but personally, I would have liked to get more of a reliable bat with MLB experience to kind of face lefties when Michael Bush isn't going to play that lefty-lefty matchup.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's kind of a filler for Justin Turner. I would have liked, something a little bit more better, a little more power, like who you don't have not a lot of faith in when they come up to the plate. I don't mind it, but yeah, I mean, I would have liked to go elsewhere.
I mean, hey, only time can tell. This guy hasn't played a big league game in 6 years, so I mean, we're gonna have to see. We're gonna
Yeah.
have to see how he does with spring training. But how do you think this affects Cubs' top prospect, first baseman, right-handed bat that was kind of screeching coming up last year, Jonathan Long?
I mean, I think it's gonna keep him down, down in the farm system for probably another year. But I think it's just kind of a waiting game because, if Jonathan Long has a good season, maybe you boot. Uh, I'm sorry, I'm blanking.
Tyler
Yeah,
Austin.
yeah, yes, Tyler. I'm sorry. Maybe you boot Tyler Austin and Jonathan Long comes up and fills that role. Or, maybe Austin has a good year this year and, you have to make a decision. So I think only time is going to tell.
My next question with that, if Long has really good spring training, Austin struggles, does Long make that opening day contract and you bite the bullet in DFA Tyler Austin?
Wouldn't, sorry, I wouldn't be surprised. I think it's unlikely, but I mean, I definitely think it's possible.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, time will tell with the signing. Um, and then a couple days later, on December 23rd, the Cubs signed Jacob Webb to a 1-year deal with an option. Probably haven't heard of him, but another nasty guy in the bullpen who's going to pitch big innings. Pitched in Texas last year. Just very solid bullpen arm. Um, Ryan, what did you think about this when I pull up his numbers?
I mean, again, it's not one of those blockbuster signings, but it's a really solid signing. He's a guy who's going to bring you, those big innings when you need it. He's going to step up. He throws the ball really well. So I like this signing. Again, not one of those huge blockbuster ones, but I think it's a good one.
Yeah, he had a .3 WAR last year, 5-4 with a 3 ERA. Like, it's not shabby at all. It's pretty solid numbers, actually.
Yeah.
And then the next move on New Year's Eve, the Cubs signed another reliever, Hunter Harvey, and I think this was their biggest reliever they signed all offseason.
Yeah, I agree. Again, another signing that I really like. This one kind of made some noise a little bit. I was surprised. I liked the signing. Didn't think they would go after him. But yeah, I like the signing.
Yeah, a lot of Royals fans I saw on Twitter were pretty upset. He's very solid, just power fastball, a hard split. This guy touches 99, 100, just very solid arm, and I think this was a big signing. And then, right, you want to talk about the Edward Cabrera trade?
Yeah, so today, Edward Cabrera comes to the Cubs for Owen Casey and two prospects. I don't know exactly who it was. I know it was an infielder.
Christian Hernandez.
It was Christian Hernandez, and I was one more, I believe, right? Or was that it?
I'll find that out for you. But
Yeah, I'll look that up right now. But right now on the surface, I'll give kind of my thoughts. I really really like the move because, it's a guy who you wanted at the deadline last year. I think I also really wanted him at the deadline last year, but it kind of came out that you would have had to give up too much for Cabrera, but for Lazardo, the physical fell through. Um, so I really like this trade. So it was Owen Casey. It was let's see.
Christian Hernandez, and then one other piece.
It was Christian
Um,
Hernandez and
Edgardo De Leon, infielder.
oh yeah, so Christian Hernandez is 22. He spent last season in high A. He hit 252 with 52 stolen bases while playing second and short. He's been in the organization since he was signed out of the Dominican Republic in 2021. And then De Leon is 18. He played in the Arizona Complex League last year. He hit 276 while playing mostly corner infield. So I mean, these are guys where you see some, positives in their game, but you just don't know. They're really young right now. Hernandez in high A, De Leon in the complex league last year. So right now, at the surface, you just look at it as Owen Casey, Edward Cabrera. Again, like I said earlier in the episode, Kevin Alcantara, I mean, can play that role, that right field role. I mean, is good or if not better than Owen Casey. So again, that's honestly okay. I think it was just kind of you pick one. And yeah, I mean, I like the trade.
Yeah, so some numbers from Edward Cabrera last year. He pitched 37 and two-thirds of an inning. He had a 3.53 ERA, 1.23 whip. Had some bad starts early in the year that kind of tanked his ERA, but he's nasty. I mean, his changeup is harder than every Cubs starting pitcher not named Cade Horton. So this guy's got a really nice slider, really good fastball, up to 199. I mean, shows a lot of emotion off the mound, and I love this move. I know Owen Casey's gone, but you got so many outfield prospects and got a lot of guys that can fill that void. And I mean, Cubs are not done. This was just one move within their off season, so I said it earlier in the episode, like I'm gonna need to see the finished product before I can kind of grade the off season. But I like this move. I mean, the other two prospects, Hernandez was a part of the Darvish trade as well. Um, he was supposed to be a lot bigger than he turned out being. So it was really, in my eyes, a one for one. Casey's gonna be a stud. Does really hurt, but I really like Edward Cabrera. I'm a big fan of him. Elite velocity, a nasty changeup, and one of the best MLB The Show cards of all time.
Yeah, and another thing that I like to add in is Edward Cabrera's age. I mean, he's only 27 right now. He's turning 28 around opening day. So I mean, it's not like you're getting a 33-year-old veteran. Like you're getting a young pitcher who brings a lot of value to the rotation.
Yeah, 3 years of control as well. So you're gonna see him in the Cubby Blue for the next 3 years. I mean, you could always extend him, and I don't know. I like this move, and it's just opening the door for guys like our guy Kate Snell, Kevin Alcantara. I mean, a lot of these outfield prospects, and I don't know about you. Saw the reports a couple days. Cubs are going after Cody Bellinger. I'm like, why would you need to go after Bellinger when you have Seiya, Alcantara, Casey, like all these guys? Now it makes more sense, and I think this is kind of taking us into my next question. Like, what's the next move if you're the Cubs, and who do you think is more likely for a reunion, Cody Bellinger or Kyle Tucker?
I think Cody Bellinger, you can get him for a lot cheaper. I wouldn't be opposed to bringing back Kyle Tucker because of the move today, but I think it's gonna be Bellinger. Like I believe they will sign Bellinger. Like it's not kind of a, just oh this would happen. It's more likely than Tucker. I think they're going to sign Bellinger. I think I actually predicted that like our last episode of last season. I think I was like I think they're gonna go get Bellinger, but yeah. So I think it's gonna be Bellinger. And then I also could see them bringing in Bo Bichette. I don't see Alex Bregman, honestly. I think it would be great, but I just don't know if it's going to happen. But I think they may sign Bo Bichette. Apparently, talks have been really heating up. So that sounds pretty intriguing.
Yeah, and another thing I meant to say about Edward Cabrera, Cubs got one of the best pitching coaches in the league, Tommy Hotovy, and then you got Tyler Zombro. Like what he can do with that Cubs pitching metrics and all the technology that they have, like the sky's the limit for Edward Cabrera. So I'm really liking that. And I mean, if you can sign Ballinger or Bichette, I'll honestly be happy. Um, just takes like a load off of guys like Michael Bush, Nico, say guys offensively, and you need a big bat like Kyle Tucker. We thought we were getting one, and you saw how good the Cubs were at the start of the year when Tucker was producing. I think they were what, number one team in the NL, maybe number one in the league when they had a superstar producing. So I mean, go land one out of those four guys, another solid piece, and I think you got a very dangerous team on your hands.
Yeah, I agree. Like you said, I mean, when he was on, early in the season when they were the number one team in the NL, and I think even they were number one in the major leagues. That's when they thought they were just going to out hit everybody. They didn't really prioritize the pitching. I mean, we saw those struggles come, but I think bringing in Cabrera is huge. And then yeah, I think it's going to be Bellinger and Bichette. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be Bichette, but if I were to pick between him and Bregman, I think it's Bichette, but yeah, so it's gonna be interesting. I'm pretty curious what they're gonna do in the next week or two.
Yeah, so before we go into our final games, let's talk about some of the other big moves that were made within the league. So starting off, Dylan Cease to the Blue Jays on a 7-year, $210 million contract. I mean, this is a huge get for the Blue Jays, and after losing an extra innings in Game 7 to the Dodgers, Blue Jays are not messing around this offseason. Like, they've already made numerous moves, and this was just the start of their offseason. I like this move for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, I hate this move because I wanted Cease, but
Same,
I
same here.
but for the Blue Jays, I really liked it. Like you said, they're all hands on deck this season. This is a really good move, and they're gonna have him for a long time. I think he gets a ring with Toronto.
Yeah, Toronto's looking unstoppable right now. Um, Kind of looking at some of the other big moves. I mean, obviously some pitching, but Kyle Schwarber re-signed with the Phillies on a 5-year, $150 million contract. Like, this was a match made in heaven. I didn't see Schwarber going anywhere else besides Philly. I don't know about you.
Well, for a moment, I thought he was going to Cincinnati. That was pretty interesting. And I mean, if Cincinnati, is going to outspend the Cubs, that's pretty embarrassing. But yeah, back in Philly, not really surprised. Was kind of hoping he would come here, but yeah, not really surprised he's back in Philly. I like this one for them.
Then probably the biggest relief arm on the market, Edwin Diaz goes to the Dodgers for a 3-year deal.
I mean, it's a Dodgers move. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not that surprised.
Yeah, same here. The next big move, this one I was surprised about. Pete Alonso,
Yeah.
5 years to the Orioles. I mean, they got their closer in Helsley, got their outfielder in Ward, they got their slugger in Alonso. I think this is a different Orioles team this next season.
I mean, how many games did they win last year? Was it like? I think it was somewhere in the 70s. I mean, they could. I'm not kidding you. I wouldn't be surprised if they win like 98 games next year. They're looking like a really good ball club. They're completely different. Um, but yeah, I think this is a huge pickup for them. I mean, 5 years. This came out of nowhere. Like in my opinion, like Pete Alonso, it was like kind of maybe Boston, but all of a sudden Baltimore. Like this came out of nowhere. But yeah, I really like this for them, and I think they're gonna be a scary ball club next year.
Thought it was Boston all the way. I'm gonna be honest, that was my prediction. Um, Boston, I mean, picked up Wilson Contreras, but been awfully quiet besides that. I thought they were gonna have a bigger offseason. And then, I mean, Robert Suarez goes to Atlanta. Just looking through MLB transaction wires. Adolis Garcia to the Phillies. Couple other pretty solid. Brad Keller to the Phillies. This one I was mad about. I thought Keller was coming back to Chicago. Think the Cubs easily could have made this happen. This frustrated me.
Yeah, this wasn't one of those where like you need to throw all hands on deck to get him back. You really could have gave him whatever he wanted because he wouldn't have asked for a ton. Really would have liked to see him back here, but I mean he's gonna be a stud in Philly next year.
Yeah, I mean, very, very solid relief arm. Um, Looking through some of the other moves. On the south side, the White Sox signed Munetaka Murakami to a 2-year contract, the Japanese left-handed slugger. Give the White Sox credit where credit's due. I do like this signing, but it does make me suspicious that they were the only team to really offer him at all. Like if he was any good, I feel like there would have been more teams offering him.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he's going to be bad, but I also feel like he's not like that superstar. So I think, I mean, maybe they weren't the only team, but I don't think it was, a bunch of super teams that were calling his phone. So good signing for them, though.
Yeah, I mean more of a middle of the lineup bat. Now I want to talk about the Pirates. I mean, they went out, acquired Brandon Lau and Ryan O'Hearn. Still don't think that's enough moves, but what do you think about the Pirates? Like, what are your expectations for them this year?
They'll be better. I mean, they've been a 60, but lower 70s win team, for a while. So I think that'll improve a bit. Still don't think they're close to a playoff run, but I think that they're gonna improve this year. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, and then the last two I want to talk about the two Japanese signings. Um, Tatsuya Amaya signed a 3-year deal to Houston. At the time, I was pretty mad about this because I thought the Cubs were written all over him. Saw a report that the Cubs and the Yankees were going to be the finalists. Then
Yeah.
Robert Murray from the Yankees came out, said the Yankees aren't in on him. So that just left the Cubs. Astros swoop in, sign him. I was mad about this. Now I'm not as mad that the Cubs locked down Edward Cabrera.
Yeah, I agree because I think if they get Amai, they don't get Cabrera, and I'd way rather have Cabrera. So it's kind of it's another one of those like in the moment I was pissed off, but as I look back on it, it's okay. I'd rather have Edward Cabrera.
Yeah, I agree. And then the Toronto Blue Jays signed Kazuma Okamoto on a 4-year, $60 million contract. Like, Blue Jays are going to be nasty this year, man. They're a really solid ball club. They just play hard, and some of the signings that they got are really going to help them out.
Yeah, I mean, watch out for them. I think they could definitely have the power to win a ring next year.
Yeah, so wrap it up now. We'll play some MLB Pickle and Immaculate Grid. So start off with MLB Pickle. Why not start out with Cabby Edward Cabrera? Even got the Cubs updated.
Love that.
Righty, around 27 years old, AL.
Get the team first. Just go
I'll go
like,
Aaron Judge. Go Aaron
yeah,
Judge, maybe.
yeah.
AL East righty from the USA.
Try like Trevor Story or something.
Right. Not Boston. Orioles, maybe Taylor Ward. Nope. So Tampa Bay. Ooh,
Is Kiermaier still on that team?
no.
They-
Junior Caminero. Not Tampa, but he's a third baseman. So that just leaves Toronto, third baseman, Ernie Clement.
Easy.
See,
Bang.
there we go. Bang. Ernie Clement, your MLB pickle player of the day.
So then we'll go immaculate grid here. Cubs, Sox, Nick Madrigal. I went with Angels, White
I'll
Sox.
go Nicky Lopez. How about
Oh, there we
that?
go. There we go. Angels, White Sox. Adam Eaton. Forgot about him, Loki.
Good pull. Good pull.
Second base. It's White
Josh
Sox.
Harrison. Josh Harrison.
The White Sox. That's what we're going with.
Yep, it's a good pull.
That is a good pull.
Angels, Blue Jays. Don't ask why I know. Zach Pop.
So I'll go ahead and ask you.
Hold up. That didn't work for some reason. Let me think of someone else. Ooh. Angels, Blue Jays.
Oh, that's wrong.
Trying to think Angels, Blue Jays.
Unreal. So let's just go second base right now. So second base, Toronto. I mean,
I
pick
mean,
and
pick and
choose.
choose. Yeah, pick and choose there. I mean, oh, Isaiah Kinder-Falefa played center field and second base.
That's tough. Wait, Ian Happ, didn't he play infield?
No. Oh, he might have.
Someone in the out, I think Happ played second. I could
Ooh,
be completely
Willie
wrong.
Castro. Willie Castro. Willie
Okay,
Castro.
perfect. I'm gonna try Ian Happ because it was
All
him
right, all
or
right.
it was him or someone else. I promise you, I played infield. But okay. Oh my God, I got it. Let's go.
Hats off to Ryan. Cubs and Blue Jays. Cubs legend Genesis Cabrera. That'll do. Center field for the Cubs. Trying to think of like a crazy poll.
I mean, Dexter Fowler,
No, I'm trying to think of like
the best Cubs player ever. Um, let's go.
Rafael Ortega.
That's a good poll. Let me try and think of. Did Junior Lake ever play
He might have.
center? I, I think he did. Let's go,
I
Junior
went with
Lake.
Rafael Ortega.
Let's
Man, there's
go,
only one right answer for center field for the Angels. You already know that.
Justin Upton.
Yeah. All right. Let's dig in here. We gotta think Angels. Oh, did Max Scher? No, Max Scherzer didn't play for the Angels. Oh, trying to think here. You got any ideas?
Blue Jays, Angels. I mean, did Cole
Oh, I
Calhoun?
think Vladimir Guerrero Sr.
Oh, bang.
No, no,
Did Cole Calhoun ever play for Toronto?
not that I know of. Dude, I'll give it like a minute more, but like there's got to be someone.
I. It's got to be obvious.
Yeah, I know. Hey, I mean, I guess I'll go Jesse Chavez because he played for everyone.
That probably is right, honestly.
Yeah, it worked. Jesse Chavez. I mean, if you ever get stumped in the
Whenever,
Magla Grid.
if you're ever in doubt, Jesse Chavez.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's show. Try and upload within the next 2 weeks another episode. Make sure to go turn into our two-player episodes with Cayman Franklin and Cade Snell. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of the Cubs Line Podcast. Signing off, Ryan Dunleavy.
Ryan Zelinsky.
See you guys in the next episode. Go Cubs, go.